Welcome to the EdChoice Eligibility Criteria tutorial. The purpose of this tutorial is to present EdChoice scholarship information, detail eligibility criteria, and demonstrate the student eligibility review process. The EdChoice Scholarship Program was created to give students attending underperforming public schools an educational choice by giving those students a scholarship to attend a participating private school of their choice. The current EdChoice Scholarship retains this primary eligibility criteria for students currently attending or assigned to attend an underperforming public school. However, legislation has created the EdChoice Expansion Scholarship Program that has a secondary eligibility criteria for specific grade level students not assigned to a designated underperforming public school, but whose family income is at or below 200% of the federal poverty guidelines. Note: students cannot be eligible for both regular EdChoice and expansion EdChoice. Always check for EdChoice primary eligibility first. To summarize, there are two separate EdChoice eligibility criteria. Regular EdChoice has the primary criteria of student assignment to underperforming school buildings, and expansion EdChoice has the secondary eligibility criteria available only to specific grade level students not eligible for EdChoice and living in families with household income levels at 200% or more than 200% below the federal poverty level. Let's look at these criteria more closely. The primary EdChoice eligibility criteria extends to students currently attending a designated underperforming public school in their resident district, students attending any public school in their resident district who will be assigned to one of the designated underperforming public schools for the upcoming school year, students currently attending a community school, also known as a charter school, who would be assigned to a designated underperforming public school for either the current or upcoming school year, students eligible to enter kindergarten for the upcoming school year, who will be 5 years old by January 1st and who would be assigned to one of the designated underperforming public schools, and students enrolling in Ohio for the first time who would be assigned to one of the designated underperforming public schools. If a student does not meet any of the primary eligibility requirements for the EdChoice Scholarship, then a student may meet a secondary eligibility requirement for the EdChoice Expansion Scholarship. These criteria extend to specific grade level students that have a family household income at or below 200% of the federal poverty guidelines. By law, the EdChoice office may award up to 60,000 EdChoice scholarships to students meeting the primary eligibility criteria. The number of expansion scholarships will be dependent on funding levels established within the state budget. In this tutorial, we will consider a number of student scenarios in which we will review the EdChoice Scholarship eligibility process to determine eligibility conclusions. Note: two documents that are required for the review process include the list of EdChoice designated eligible schools and the EdChoice Eligibility Flowcharts. These documents may be found on the Ohio Department of Education website by searching for the word EdChoice in the search box at the top of the page. Note: the following exemplifies the eligibility process. However, you must use the current building list and current flowcharts for accurate answers. Let's begin. First, identify the student's district of residence, the building they attend, and current grade level. Once you have this information, determine if the student meets one of the 5 potential eligibility situations using the appropriate eligibility flowchart. There are 5 potential student eligibility situations: current public school student, current community school student, current private school student, K through 12 student never enrolled in an Ohio school, and incoming kindergartner. Once the current student status is determined, choose the appropriate flowchart and answer the questions on the flowchart in sequential order to determine if the student is eligible. Note: if the student does not fall under one of the eligibility situations described on the flowcharts, they are not EdChoice Scholarship eligible. In addition, students that reside within the Cleveland Municipal School District are not eligible for EdChoice scholarships. Homeschool students may be eligible only if they have never been enrolled in an Ohio school and are registered with the district as a homeschooled child and would be assigned to an EdChoice designated eligible school for the upcoming school year. In our first example, we have a student named Pat, a 2nd grade student at Clark Elementary in Lincoln Local Public School District. So, we must review the current public school student flowchart. Next, we must determine if Clark Elementary is on the EdChoice eligible list. By reviewing the EdChoice eligibility list, we verify that Clark Elementary is on the list of EdChoice eligible schools. After we verify that Pat is a resident of the district and is attending an EdChoice eligible listed building within the district, we can be confident that Pat is EdChoice eligible. In our next example, we have Ann, a current 5th grade student at Red Elementary School. Red is a kindergarten through 5th grade building in Roosevelt Local Public School District. So we must review the current public school student flowchart and then review the list of eligible buildings. Red is not on the list of eligible buildings. However, next year Ann will move up to Green Middle, a 6th through 8th grade building in the Roosevelt Local School District. So we will go back to the list of eligible buildings and see if Green Middle is listed. It is listed. After verifying that Ann is a resident of the district and will be assigned to an EdChoice eligible listed building next year, we can be confident that Ann is EdChoice eligible. Now let's consider Ann's older brother, Billy, currently a 6th grader. We know that Billy's public assignment school for both this year and next year would be Green Middle, an EdChoice eligible listed building. However, Billy is currently attending Imagination Academy, a private school. Would Billy be eligible using the same process as his sister? No. We must consider the student's current situation. Billy is a private school student, so we must use the private school flowchart for an accurate review. By using the private school flowchart, we can verify that Billy is not currently in the required expansion grade level, and thus is not EdChoice or EdChoice expansion eligible. Our next example is Natalie. She is an incoming kindergartner that is 4 years old and her birthday is on December 26th. Her residence suggests that she would be assigned to an eligible school building. But her public school district mandates that she be 5 years old by September 30th to enroll in kindergarten. Is she eligible? Using the incoming kindergarten flowchart, we may verify that she will be 5 years old by January 1st, 2015 and would be assigned to a listed building. Therefore, she is regular EdChoice eligible. Our next example is Franklin. He is an 8th grade student living in Toledo. He attends a community school. While the school that he would have been assigned to attend 8th grade is an eligible school building, the school that he is assigned to for 9th grade is not an eligible school building. Is Franklin eligible? First, we must find the EdChoice community school chart. Once we verify that he would have been assigned to an EdChoice eligible building this year, then we can be confident that he is regular EdChoice eligible. Where he would attend next year doesn't matter. Our next example is Paul, a 4th grade student currently attending an eligible school in the Dayton City School District. However, Paul and his family live in the Kettering School District. Is Paul eligible because he attends an eligible building? No. Students applying for the scholarship must reside with their legal guardian in their resident district. This student, Paul, resides in the Kettering School District, but has chosen to attend the eligible school. Because Paul is not a resident of the district of the eligible building, he is not eligible for the EdChoice scholarship. Our next student is Maria. Maria and her family have lived in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania all of her life. She finished out the current school year as a 6th grader in Pittsburgh. She and her parents moved to an eligible school district in late June. Based on her new address, she is assigned to an eligible school for 7th grade. Is Maria EdChoice eligible? If she can provide proof that she recently moved to Ohio from another state, she has never attended a school in Ohio, and has an address that indicates that she would be assigned to attend an eligible school, then we can be confident that Maria is eligible for an EdChoice scholarship. Our next student is Matt, a kindergartner residing in Cincinnati. He attends a private school. The school that Matt would have been assigned to attend for kindergarten is on the eligible list. It is also the same school where he would be assigned for 1st grade. Is Matt eligible? Using the private school flowchart, we see that Matt may be EdChoice expansion eligible if his parents have a family household income at or below 200% of the federal poverty guidelines. By filling out the income verification forms, it is possible that Matt is eligible for the EdChoice Expansion Scholarship. His parents should return an EdChoice application to the school and turn in the required income verification information to the Ohio Department of Education. This ends the EdChoice Scholarship Eligibility Criteria tutorial.